Okay, so a recap of day, what is this, 11? It's May, let me just look, May 12th, Friday, May 12th. Okay, so today was a great day. We went and met up with Kiku at Kyoto Tower, which is right across the street from Kyoto Station. So then we took the train to, took a JR train, a couple stops down to Fushimi Inari that is the shrine that has all of the orange, I'm drawing a blank. What do you call the gate? Tories. The orange tories that, you know, like in Memoirs of Vacation, you've seen it in several places where you just see this long line of the wooden gates, the orange wooden gates. Actually vermilion. They pointed out the color is actually vermilion. So when they say, oh, there's over, there are thousands of those gates. Some of them are really, really old. Some of them are brand new. Got pictures of some that you can see where they've rotted because of termites, because they're wood. And you can see spots where there used to be a gate and it's no longer there. They might be, I don't know, I guess replacing it. And then you can see brand new ones that they've been freshly painted and they haven't painted in black who the gate was donated by. So when you see the gates on the one side, there's not much, but if you look on the back side, it'll tell you who donated it. Basically, you give money and you get a gate. And I think the cheapest gate you could buy was like I don't know, was it like 5 feet or something like that, 5 meters. They probably go by meters. The smaller ones, which, you know, is a little under $2,000, up to the really big ones, which for maybe around $13,000. So if anybody's interested in leaving something behind, having put their stamp somewhere, you can donate money to the temple and you can get a gate. So we walked up. They go all the way up the mountain and then curve back around down the mountain. I was prepared to do it, but Kiku has issues with her knee, and she was trying to be very gracious, and she was willing to go up if we wanted to go up. But I know that I'm coming back to Kyoto in about a week or so, so I can always go up by myself. So we decided we were close to halfway up, but we decided to come back down. And then from there we went to another temple, which is a few more stops down the same line, the train line, Byodoin, and it's just another gorgeous temple. It was built, I think, in around 1100, and so we got to walk around that and take pictures and go in the museum and learn a lot about that. But what was really cool is when we come out, there's a seating area with videos playing, and you actually get to watch the video of the restoration, how they actually restored this temple. They started in, was it 2009 they first started? You see how they take it apart and carefully bring down these, you know, pieces of the shrine, and then you get to see the process as they're making the new pieces and then putting them back in. And having seen that, man, the Japanese really take pride in what they do, and they really care about what they have. It is incredibly painstaking and detailed, the work that goes into every tiny little piece that went back into making this temple. And I really appreciate that. Anybody who knows me well knows I'm very anal, so the detail of that work was just astounding, awe-inspiring, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, it would be interesting to see someone actually working on those pieces. I was telling Ali that sometimes I kind of wish I either worked for, like, you know, was a documentarian, or worked for, I don't know, like PBS or even NPR or something, where you have the type of job where you get to go behind the scenes and see how these things happen, because it's incredible. So we left, oh no, on the way up to Byodoin, we stopped at a soba shop, soba noodles. I had never had them before. And in my excitement to eat them, sorry, I forgot to take a picture. It was absolutely delicious, so I'll stop at another soba shop at some point and take a picture of that. So then after we left, after having had savory, I wanted sweet. So we stopped at another shop and we all got desserts. And it was a really beautiful place. Everything here is beautiful. What am I talking about? So we left there and took the train back to Kyoto Station and got our tickets to go to reserve seats on the train to go to Osaka tomorrow and for when we leave Tokyo on Monday. And then we said goodbye to Kiku because we might see her. There's a festival, the Aoi Matsuri, a red festival that they have every year on May 15th, and they have this parade that comes through. And so hopefully we can see that parade with Kiku Monday morning, but we might not because it'll be swamped with people, so we might not be able to see her then. So we had to go ahead and say goodbye. At least I had to say goodbye for now. Ali had to permanently say goodbye because he leaves next week. But hopefully we'll see Kiku again. Oh, and while we were, I don't know if I mentioned, I met Kiku when she was part of the Grassroots Summit. And that is an exchange between the U.S. and Japan that was based on a family that met a Japanese fisherman, I think in the 1800s. They saved his life and he stayed in America for a while. And then he went back to Japan, and those families have kept in touch since then. So they have a summit every year. Last year it was hosted in Atlanta. The U.S. city was Atlanta. And so that's where I met Kiku. She came and stayed in Decatur. And I was there to help as much as I could translate because none of the host families spoke any Japanese. So I met Kiku then. And so, but when we were at Byodoin and we're watching the video, a lady sits down at a bench in front of us, and turns out she was a lady who had also come to Atlanta for the Grassroots Summit. She stayed in Stone Mountain, and apparently her stay was not as awesome as Kiku's. The Decatur group had a blast. And if anyone's interested, well, they might have passed the deadline, but the Grassroots Summit is being hosted this year in Japan in the city of Nara, which is not far from Kyoto. It's someplace I'll be going. It's a day trip away. So it's kind of interesting coincidence that while I'm with Kiku, we run into someone that was also in Atlanta at the same time for the same reason. So that's today. That wraps it up. Keep pretty quick, pretty simple. And looking forward to Osaka tomorrow. Bye.